Good morning. How is everybody? Just so-so? Woo-hoo! Everyone doing well today? Welcome to Coffee Chats. Good morning, good morning. It is February 6th, 2024. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. A couple things I just want to share with you so that I do not forget. There were some messages to relay to you. The first one, next week on the 13th, Lori shared with me that the upcoming art project with Terry is going to be held in Joan Waddington's apartment. So it is basically, it's getting help from Terry on the projects that were originally started in the classroom, the art room, the watercolors if you want to, or let's see, it looks like any of the projects that you did previous that you haven't finished. Terry will be there to help assist on that, so you can sign up for that over by my office as usual. But just FYI, it's not in the art room, it's in Joan Waddington's apartment, East 414, and that's February 13th at 1 p.m. So that was the first announcement. The second one is, don't forget, next week is Valentine's Day, and I'm just having a little gathering down here, simple and sweet. I hope to bring something delicious for you, and that's at 3 p.m. On the 14th, down here in the atrium. So come on down, and I'm going to serve some champagne. We have some extra champagne from our event for New Year's, so that is one of the treats that will be given that day. So come enjoy Valentine's Day with me if you are available, 3 p.m. down here in the atrium. All right, let's see. John, do you want to? I'll hand it over to John.
Just two things quick. Tonight, 6:30 sing-along. Some wonderful people put a fair amount of time into making the books very attractive, and so you don't have to look for what song we're going to sing next, and everyone will be ready for us at 6:30 right by the piano. Sunday is the Super Bowl. Game time is 5:30. We're opening at 4:45. We are serving pizza and pop. We're making it simple. Ordered the 12 large pizzas. More to be ordered if needed. And a large pizza has 8 slices in it, and we're going to charge it $2.50 per slice. Some people will want 2, that would be $5, and then $1 for a pop. And so 4:45, come early and get a good seat. And there's entertainment prior to the game, a lot of good advertisements, new ones that come out. And then leave when you need to. The board is finished, that $10 board, and so we'll have winners at the quarter breaks, and it should be a fun afternoon. Any question? See you then. Just one more thing. Why don't we raise our hand again and someone try to count approximately. If you plan on being there for a little bit, long enough to have a piece of pizza, raise your hand. If I say 50, am I about close? 50 to 60? Okay, thank you.
All righty. Let's see. If you are a new resident, is there any new residents here this morning that I can introduce? Okay. I just want to let you know, if you are a new resident and you have yet to have your photo taken, they are needed. So I'm just going to kind of put that plug out there. We put them in the books here. In addition, they go into the medical books upstairs, so if there's an emergency, we have a photo of you, and so please make sure you get that done if you are a new resident at your earliest convenience. Of course, I know that as you're moving in, it can be somewhat overwhelming and you have priorities, and a photo is probably certainly not one of them. But when you are ready, you can introduce me in my office here, down at the atrium, or you can check in during Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 3 with the concierge, and they'd be happy to take a photo of you as well. So that is the photo that needs to happen with new residents. I believe that's what I have for extra things, and I'll just move on to the week. So today in Marion Hall at 10 a.m., Mike Henry is back. And he is talking about Thanks for the Memories. The program takes us back to the days of before rock and roll, reminisce with the greatest hits from the big band era. Enjoy the best of early crooners, including Bing Crosby, Patti Page, Frank Sinatra, Perry Como, and the Andrews Sisters, Nat King Cole, and Tony Bennett. And he's pretty entertaining, so if you are available 10 a.m., Mike Henry is here. Again, John had mentioned this evening at 6:30 is the sing-along. So that's what we have going on for today. Wednesday, the usual, 991, we have our TED Talks at 1 p.m. And the 3 topics are why we don't have robot butlers yet. Kind of a good one. Overcoming adversity and how tragedy can lead to triumph. And that's kind of a compelling one, so if you have time, that might be worth your time listening to. It's time for infectious generosity, and here's how. Those are the 3 topics. On Wednesdays, of course, at 1:30, we have our 500. Our alterations is this week from 3 to 4. You can sign up over by my office. 7 p.m. on Wednesdays is Bingo and 500. In regards to alterations, I'm just going to let you know every Tuesday that in March, our Alice will be out for the month of March. She is taking a little bit of a medical leave for that month. So FYI, if you have alterations to do, you may want to try to get in and see her this month because she will not be available during the month of March. Thursday at 9 and 11 on the 8th is our 9 and 11 o'clock recorded coffee chats if you're not able to be here this morning. It is our excursion day, and we are going forward with our excursion thanks to Steve. And this week we're just having a delicious meal at the 328 Grill at the Legion, and that's in Northeast Minneapolis. And that was a tip-off from someone that had eaten there and said it was absolutely scrumptious. And so any kind of input from you about great restaurants, fun places to go, again, send them my way and I will try to get them on our calendar. And let's see, that one leaves at, I think, 10:30 because our reservations are at 11. So that's Thursday. Always keep an eye on the excursions. If there's cancellations due to van issues, I will definitely have it on there. I will have it on 991. I will let you know during coffee chats, of course. And my apologies for any inconvenience. I'm doing my best. But it looks like most of all of the excursions going forward for this February are A-okay, with exception we may have to cancel the women's ladies luncheon for that Saturday, but I'm working on it. For the month of March, I am going to foreshadow we may not have a van driver. So what my idea was is try to fill that time with other fun stuff in our actual at Ridgepoint. So for instance, on the ladies luncheon day, which is that 3rd Saturday, I will have, thanks to a tip-off, we have a wonderful accordion player that will join us that Saturday for your entertainment at 3 o'clock in the East Lobby. So I'm going to try to fill in some other fun things to do here, just in the case that we do not have a van driver. We also have Don Irwin for your enjoyment in March for an extra pizzazz. And then we also have he is the best, let's see, small pipe player. He is a bagpipe player, and he happens to be in Minnesota, and he is the leading bagpipe player. It's a hard one, say that 3 times. In North America, and he will join us for St. Patty's Day. So I'm combining the St. Patrick's Day celebration with the birthday celebration. So I believe that's on the 19th, and I'll remind you. But I think that will be an excellent, enjoyable party for a St. Patty's celebration with green beer and etc. So anyway, that's my idea for March, to fill in the spaces if the excursions don't go forward. Yes, Susan?
Shamrock Shakes are back.
Ooh, Shamrock Shakes are back. There we go. At Mickey D's or something? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Yes.
I think we're being blessed this morning. There's a rainbow over us.
Oh my gosh. So Marcia was sharing there is a rainbow above us. So she said perhaps we're being blessed. But maybe that's an auspicious sign. I like it. Let's go with it. All right, let's see. So I have Thursday done in regards to excursions. Friday, 1 p.m., same old, same old. We have our coffee chats, we have bridge for your entertainment, we have poker. 4 p.m., we have our happy hour in Marion Hall. And movie nights every Friday at 7 p.m. And the movie this Friday is Crazy Heart. Former country music legend is reduced to playing dives and bowling alleys, and after a year of, because of a year of hard living. So he meets a sympathetic reporter, and that is the plot for the movie of Crazy Heart. Saturday, we have men's breakfast, and 7 p.m. bingo on Saturdays. That is what I have for the week. Any questions?
Do you know the date for January 1?
I believe it is the 20th. It's the day after. It's Tuesday is the birthday celebration. I think that's the 3rd Tuesday, and the 20th, I want to say, is Don Irwin. And so I'll continue to let you know about that, but thanks. I believe it's the 20th at 3 p.m., which is a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. All right, any other questions? No? All right, I'll hand it over to Jeff, and he's gonna announce something that I'm kind of excited about.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First, I love Google. What causes a rainbow in the clouds?
Sunlight. Moisture.
That wasn't a question. I'm going to give you the answer. Some people refer to them as rainbow clouds. Others prefer the dramatic term fire rainbow. The scientific name for them is circumhorizontal arc. These bright displays of color in the sky form like rainbows, but they use ice instead of rain. So, very good. How many of you know Toby Keith? Toby Keith passed away this morning after a battle with cancer. I wasn't a big fan, but boy, after 9/11, when he came out with that song, Angry American, I think I know my feelings have calmed a lot since then, but that really meant something to me and my family, that song. So rest in peace, Toby Keith. How many of you didn't know Toby Keith or don't have any idea who he is? Okay. For those of you folks that have your hand raised, who's going to be performing at the halftime of the Super Bowl this week?
Usher.
Roger Meyer. He is on the cutting edge. Usher. Can you name a Usher song?
No.
No. Neither can I. We lose our relevance in terms of the culture as we get older, so that's all right. Jillian was talking about the TED Talks. Was that the infectious generosity? And that made me think of what we have planned here and what we're going to try. And I think we're going to start it on February 20th. And I want you folks to think about it for a week, and we can discuss it a little bit next week and talk about how maybe to refine it. But what the gist of it is, we're gonna have 2 coffee cans down here. One is for a donation, and the other one is for someone that's interested. Put your name in that other coffee can, and we're gonna collect, say we collect $30. Someone in that can, we're gonna give them that $30, and their job is to go out and find a charitable excuse to spend that money. And after they do that, a month later, they're going to come and report to the group what they did with that money. Does that spark any interest with anyone?
Yes.
Okay, so think about, and there's a few things. I think that it doesn't have to be a charity. It can, I heard a story just this morning. A lady was in the grocery store, and there was a young mom trying to buy formula, and her WIC card wouldn't work, so she didn't have any money. She couldn't get formula, and the person that I was talking to went into their own purse, pulled out the money, and paid for the formula. Amen. You're clapping for Jillian there. Anyway, it's things like that. Random acts of kindness. If it's okay to give it to a church, I don't. I think the more, what's the word I'm looking for? Narrow or focused the gift is, the better chance of upsetting some of the people that says, well, if I'm going to give money, I don't want it to go to so-and-so, the Taliban. I mean, but that's an extreme case, but I hope you get my point. We want to make it a inspiring, neat thing that Ridge Point is at its absolute best when you feel it in your heart. And I know that sounds absolutely grandiose and all that stuff, but we've seen it. We know what it feels like, we know what it is, and it is freaking beautiful. And what we want is we want beautiful moments. We want to do that kind of stuff so that we're grateful for what we have. And we can never be grateful enough, I don't believe. And so that's where we're going with that. Does anyone have any questions or comments right now about that?
Could you explain the 2 tin cans?
One can is for money. One can is if you want to be considered to decide where that money, how to use that money. Okay?
Volunteering to do it.
You're volunteering to do it. And we'll count the money right down here, and we'll say, here's your $33. Come back in a month and tell us what you did with it. So you don't really even have to have a plan. You can just go out in the world looking for something good to do, and that's enough. Anything else? All right. Today is February 6th. Oh, does anyone know that it's Freda Golden's birthday today? I haven't seen anything about that around. She likes to keep things quiet, you know?
When is this white?
I think if you drove by the PGA Superstore, you'd say Freda's picture on that big Comcast billboard out there. Tomorrow, Gladys Dietrich and Jay Lichten. On the 8th, Edie Carr. On the 9th, Eileen Hervala and Stephen Mueller. On the 10th, Ruthie. Is Ruthie? No, Ruth's not down here. And the 12th, we've got 4 of them. Dean Anderson, Mary Chapman, Bill Gunlock, Diane Moe. And no anniversaries, so let's sing happy birthday to our friends. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. Have a good week, everybody.